It was a regular school day. The kind where you're barely awake, your backpack feels like it has 200 pounds in it, and you're just trying to make it to lunch without losing your mind. But then I saw her. My crush was walking down the hallway with her friends, laughing, looking like she wasn't even from this planet. Like she had that main character energy and everyone else was just background characters. And me? I was standing there like, all right, today's the day. Don't fumble. I've told myself that before, but this time I actually meant it. So I started walking, and somehow I ended up walking right next to her. No plan, no warning, just me and my heart beating like it was trying to escape my chest. She looked over and said, "Hey." I froze for half a second, but I played it off like I was calm. I said, "What's up?" And she smiled. Bro, that smile gave me plus 100 confidence instantly. We kept walking and she goes, "You look tired." I could have said something normal like, "Yeah, I didn't sleep," but my brain randomly switched into Riz mode. I said, "I'm not tired. I'm just saving my energy for important conversations." She laughed and said, "Oh, really?" And I hit her with the smoothest line I've ever said. "Yeah, like this one." For a second, it felt like the hallway got quiet, like the universe was waiting to see if I just cooked or if I just embarrassed myself. But she didn't cringe. She smiled again and looked down all shy and said, "You're funny." In my head, I was like, "Yup, we're in." Then her friend randomly goes, "Oh, you two talk a lot." And I'm not gonna lie, I almost folded right there. But my crush looked at her friend and said, "He's cool. BRO." That sentence alone gave me confidence for the rest of the year. So now we're walking together, actually talking for real. Not awkward small talk either. Like we're joking about teachers, homework, how school lunch tastes like cardboard, all of that. Then we stopped near the water fountain and she was fixing her hair. And I saw my chance. I said, "Wait, I gotta ask you something." She goes, "What?" And I said, "Be honest. Do you think I'm annoying?" She looked at me like I was dumb and said, "No, you're literally one of the funniest people I know." That was the moment I knew. This was my glow up. So I got a little bolder and I said, "Okay, good," because I was gonna ask if you wanted to sit with me at lunch. She paused for like 1 second, and I'm not gonna lie, my soul left my body. But then she said, "Yeah, I'd like that." I tried to act chill like I wasn't about to start floating. I was like, "Bet." And she laughed again and said, "You're so awkward, but it's cute." Cute? Yeah, nah, I was done. That was it. Lunch comes and I'm sitting there waiting, pretending to be on my phone, acting like I'm not nervous. Then she actually walks up, sits next to me and goes, "So what are we eating today?" And I said, "Whatever it is, it's already better because you're here." She stared at me for a second like she was surprised. Then she smiled and said, "Okay, smooth." After that, it was wraps. We talked the whole lunch, she kept laughing, she kept looking at me, and when the bell rang, she stood up and said, "I'll see you later, okay?" And I said, "Yeah, don't forget about me." She smiled and said, "I won't," and walked away. And I just sat there thinking, did I really just rizz up my crush in real life? Because yesterday I couldn't even say hi without lagging. But today, I actually did it.